All right. First off, shout out to Claire. Shout out to Renegade Roots for putting me on and displaying a lot of my music for the whole week on you guys' page. I also got asked a bunch of questions that I'm going to answer today. And I'm going to use ChatGPT to actually read the questions out loud to me just because, I struggle to read some of that stuff. So first off,
the name is Louise Lenz. The message says, as someone who also experiences loss of vision and hearing, I'm curious how you settled on making music. Was it the challenge? I've personally been told that singing or being a DJ were completely out for me until recently. I'm completely deaf in my right ear, so I still don't see how I would mix in beats, but have met someone who swears he can teach me despite my lack of hearing.
All right, Louise, to answer your question, I think it's honestly because I was working before I started rapping. I was 30 or 31, and I got laid off my job. And in that time, my eyes took a real serious dip, got depressed, wasn't able to do the work that I typically do. And that's when I jumped into music. And it kind of just started out as a hobby, like just something to do to not make me go crazy. And then I fell in love with it. That's my coffee. Anyways, also with mixing, if you're deaf in one ear, my suggestion would be to mix in mono. If you mix in mono, it's all right down the center. You hear it all the same, whether it's in this ear or that ear. Mixing in mono would be your best bet. And if you get something to sound really good in mono, trust and believe when you set it back to stereo, that's going to sound amazing. There are some tricks. But that answers your question. I appreciate you, Louise.
A. Crute. The question reads, with all of the challenges you must be facing with your eyesight, are there any out-of-the-ordinary tools that you use to manage music and content creation? If so, how have they changed the way you work as time's gone on? Or if not, how have you adapted to continue creating?
All right, to answer your question, obviously, clearly, I'm using ChatGPT to read your guys' messages out loud to me. I can still read a little bit, but sometimes my eyes get very fatigued and it's very hard. I see like basically one letter at a time. So honestly, AI is actually, I know a lot of people hate on it. It's hit or miss with some people. Like a lot of people, there's some people that like it, some people that don't like it, some people hate it, some people love it. You know what? For somebody like me, I don't use it to like actually create my art. I use it to help me create my art. So there's certain tools in AI that help me edit videos. There's certain tools in AI that help me read the screens. Thankfully with mixing and mastering, I've got a bunch of presets set up with the plugins that I use. So really it is just a lot of like, boom, put the presets on. That's when I mix my own music. Otherwise I have somebody else mix and master. I hope that answers your question. I appreciate you.
Nikki Madison. The question is, as an independent artist trying to grow your audience, how can we support you in the best way? What is your all-time favorite movie, song, book?
Honestly, the best way you guys can support me is just listening to the music, liking the posts, commenting. You guys have more power than you guys realize. Like you guys as the fans have a lot of power to make things happen for artists. And when all of you guys band together and do what you do to help independent artists, I think it's beautiful. I think you guys are doing plenty. You're doing everything right. And, favorite book? I ain't gonna lie. It's been a minute since I read a book. I'm gonna have to bypass that one. Favorite movie? My favorite movie, man, that's a tough one too. There's so many good movies. Shawshank Redemption. It's just a movie I feel like I could watch every single day. It's fine. I love the movie. Favorite song? I don't think I have a favorite. I don't. I like a lot of different music. Sorry, I suck at this. I never really, I like too many songs. I don't really like put things in that's my favorite. I have a lot of favorites. I have too many favorites to tell you my favorite. My favorite of the favorites. So, I appreciate the question. I know you're going to be like, dang, all right, man. All right. Don't want to answer nothing. All right. I appreciate you. That's the best I can do right there.
Anna Marie Heron Berkeley. The message says, if or when you recommend your own music to others, what song do you start with?
To answer your question, Anna, I would say, I don't even recommend songs. I don't. I let you guys find it, I guess. If you're following me, and I would just say, just take a look at the catalog and tell me what you like. I mean, everybody likes something different. I don't really go to anything that I would recommend. It's a buffet of great music, so have at it. Thank you, Anna. I appreciate you, Anna.
Steve Fisher. The question is, has your music creation process changed over time? If so, how?
It definitely has changed over time. I used to be able to do a few more things until my eyesight took a dip. Like I said, I think I kind of answered this question before. AI has helped a lot. Screen readers, speech to text, text to speech, like all of it, like all of these different tools. And I'm definitely in the Apple ecosystem. I feel like Apple has really nailed the accessibility for visually impaired people and low vision, blind, all of that. I think Apple has absolutely nailed that. So I think it's thanks to Apple and some AI and AI tools, I'm able to continue to keep making music, make music videos and edit and mix and master and all kinds of different things. So shout out to you. I appreciate the question.
Second question Steve asked is, how do you balance your creative process with the technical side of producing music? How does your music usually begin? Lyrics, melody, a beat, or something else?
To answer your question to that, I would definitely say beat. And then I work on the hook. You know, I figure out a hook first, and then I start writing the verse, because I feel like once I've written the hook, I know what the song's going to be about. I think my process is pretty straightforward there. I appreciate the question. Much love.
Chelsea's question is, if you could collab with anyone, who would it be?
Eminem or Ren, for sure. Thank you, Chelsea.
Claire's question is, what would you say is the most rewarding part of creating music?
You guys. That's my answer to that, Claire. You guys. And obviously music is a therapy to me, so it helps me too, but I'd say you guys. Thank you, Claire.
Claire's last question is, what are some goals you have for the next year with your music?
I think some goals for my music is just to keep creating. Don't stop. I would eventually like to make a hit song, you know what I mean? So I'm going to keep pushing, keep grinding, and hope you guys hang out and stick around, because we're going to do it.
Joe Noble's actual question is, if lightning hits water, why don't all the fish die? LOL.
I don't know. It's too much water. Not enough lightning, I guess.
The question from Belgand is, what artists shaped your musical style, and what other types of music do you listen to?
I would definitely say Eminem, Tech Nine, Tupac, Nas, Bone Thugs and Harmony. I was even listening to that No Limit Soldier stuff, Lil Wayne. I like a lot of rock music, Metallica, Disturbed, Rush, and some older stuff too, newer stuff. I kind of like a lot of different music, so I hope that answers your question there. I get an inspiration from kind of everywhere.
Just Renan. The question is, where do you get your strength to keep going from? And what advice would you give other creatives who are struggling mentally and physically to get back into creating?
Honestly, I think to answer the creative struggle, I would say, like, just get out of your own head and get into somebody else's stuff. Listen to some different music, watch some different shows, go out and breathe some air, you know what I mean? Go and do something. Don't just sit and dwell in that block. Cause it happens all the time, and inspiration can be sparked anywhere. You just gotta be looking for it. I think that answers all the question, guys. I really do appreciate you guys taking the time to ask me some questions. Awesome. I know that I sucked at this. Also, if you guys ever need anything from me, feel free to hit me up anytime. I appreciate you. Much love to the Renegades.